In today's America, there is an extreme crisis in the education industry. Teachers are leaving the profession like never before. The main reasoning for this? The extreme lack of pay for what the job requires. Becoming a teacher is not an easy process. You must first complete high school with high enough grades to get you into a 4-year college. From there, you need to complete a bachelor's degree in the type of education you intend to go into. While in school full-time, you must also student teach for a semester. Student teaching means you are in the classroom the entire day teaching students along with being a full-time student. After that, you must take a consult certification exam and pass to officially be certified to teach. However, in many states, you also need to obtain a master's degree. This means 2 more years of school and another costly degree. Not to mention, if you move to a different state from the one you obtained your degree in, you may need to take more certification exams for the new state. So as we can see, this is a very time-consuming and costly process that leaves the majority of students in debt. The next question we go into is how will they pay off this debt now that they can teach? According to Zippia, as of 2021, the average salary for teachers in America was $47,000 a year. Here in Lexington, the median salary is $54,870 a year, not much higher than the national average. When you think about the amount of money that goes towards basic expenses like a home, food, transportation, bills, and other basic necessities, it leaves very little left to put aside towards paying off your debt. Not to mention, most teachers go on to have families they need to provide for. Therefore, teachers stay in debt very far into their life because they can only pay small payments at a time due to their salary. As we can see in the chart, those at the junior level, or in other words, teachers that are new to the profession, have an average hourly rate of $18.75 an hour. The minimum wage in New York State is $16 an hour. This means that a job that requires zero experience or degrees, such as working at a fast food industry in New York State, would only be $2.75 less an hour than working as a full-time teacher with at least a 4-year degree. While this is already very clearly backwards, we also have to remember the responsibilities a teacher holds. Let's start with the responsibilities of an elementary teacher. Elementary teachers are in the classroom with students for 6 to 7 hours a day, not including time spent before and after the school day prepping. Elementary teachers are required to teach all subject fields, including math, science, social studies, and English. This also means they need to create lessons for each day on every one of these topics. Along with this, they are also teaching kids foundational social skills for life. At this age, students need to be taught how to communicate and work well with adults as well as other students. They learn how to behave in social settings and how to persevere through challenges. While the teacher teaches all of this, they are also in charge of 20 to 30 students alone. Especially with children younger, they may have kids who aren't able to tie their shoes, zip up a coat, or even successfully use the bathroom alone. While these tasks may seem small, they largely add up, especially when dealing with so many students and trying to teach curriculum all at the same time. I'll remind you that all of this work is being done for slightly above minimum wage pay. Now let's look at middle and high school level teachers. They are also in the classroom with students for 6 to 7 hours a day, not including prep time. While they usually teach one subject, they need to be absolute experts on the topic. They need to teach different types of classes over a range of grades that are focused around one subject. For example, a high school math teacher may teach Algebra 1 for 9th graders, AP Calculus for seniors, and Geometry for 10th graders. These are 3 drastically different types of math and deal with different ages of kids. The teachers not only need to be an expert on all topics, but in turn have a much larger number of students. Most middle and high school teachers have upwards of 100 students. They also need to grade assignments and track grades for all of these students. Not to mention, with so much teacher shortages right now, a teacher may be called to teach a subject they barely know anything about. For example, my mom is an AP US teacher. However, 2 years ago, they needed someone to teach the elective class of psychology, and my mom was chosen to do so. I interviewed her to see what she thought about that challenge. She said, "I went to college to teach history, which is drastically different from psychology. The most psychology knowledge I had was the one class I took my freshman year of college over 20 years ago. However, she didn't have a choice. She said, "I taught myself the curriculum and did lots of extensive research to understand the topics so I could properly teach them to my kids." None of that studying and learning she had to do is paid for, nor does the position come with any help to teach her what she needs to know. It's all done on her own time. This kind of thing is definitely not in the job description, and it's things like this that are driving teachers out of the profession. I wanted to close this video with an image that I believe is extremely powerful. It showcases that these kinds of stories are real, and teachers all across the US are in positions like this. Everyone has a favorite teacher from school. That teacher that made a real impact on your life. That teacher that truly cared about you and was always in your corner. Does that teacher deserve to be living paycheck to paycheck while giving their all to their students? It is very clear that change needs to be made, and we all need to begin advocating for our teachers.